Hello, Libra. I'm Jen with Timeline Tarot, and these are your predictions for October 2025. I apologize for getting this reading out late, but I had some personal issues that I was dealing with, and I wanted to be in a better frame of mind before doing your reading. So I do apologize, but here we are. I've set the intention of this reading to be for Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus. So if you have Libra in any of those placements, odds are there's a little message in this reading for you today. Also, keep in mind, it is a collective general reading. It is not individualized nor personalized to you. Messages may come through today that do not fully resonate. And if that happens, don't get upset. It just means that one message is meant for someone else watching. So just take what fits, how it fits, and leave what doesn't. With all of that said, let's begin. In shuffling your cards, I felt stuck. In terms of the cards were sticking, I felt the energy get stuck. So we'll see what comes out in the reading. But if some of you are feeling stuck in a particular situation, environment, or connection, I feel like there's about to be a breakthrough here because I noticed that last shuffle was a lot cleaner and smoother. So let's see where we go with the reading today. Tapping into the Libra collective now for Libra Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus. What does Libra need to know for October 2025? What does Libra need to know? One more shuffle here. Thank you. In the heart of your spread, we have the Five of Wands. In the top row, you have the Nine of Wands, you have the Two of Wands, you have the Six of Cups. Flanking the Five of Wands is the Six of Pentacles and the Three of Cups. And in the bottom row, you have King of Swords, you have Ten of Wands, and you have the Five of Pentacles. Sneak peek now into November. Yes, I said November. I can't believe we're getting close to the end of the year. You have the Eight of Pentacles, you have the Seven of Wands, and you have the Ace of Swords. And that leaves the Hierophant here to the Four of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. Something seems to be stabilizing a bit more in the month of November for you. Let's clarify these cards and messages. I'm using the After Tarot deck to do that. Images on these cards are a little bit different than the original Rider-Waite-Smith Tarot deck, and as a result, they have a different meaning. So we'll go through them as necessary as we move through your reading. But right now, I just want to get the cards on the table for you. Let's clarify these cards and this message here for Libra, Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus for the month of October 2025. We are clarifying the Nine of Wands, Two of Wands, Six of Cups, Six of Pentacles, Five of Wands, Three of Cups, King of Swords, Ten of Wands, and the Five of Pentacles. Libra, Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus. One more shuffle. Thank you. Nine of Wands is being clarified by the Chariot. Two of Wands is clarified by the Five of Pentacles. Got some repeating cards here already. The Six of Cups is clarified by the Empress. The Six of Pentacles is clarified by the Eight of Swords. Something's about to break open, break free. Five of Wands is clarified by Six of Wands. Yep. Three of Cups clarified by Eight of Pentacles. We see that again there in November. The King of Swords is clarified by the Six of Pentacles. The Ten of Wands is clarified by the Ten of Cups. Yeah, it's like I can see clearly now the rain is gone. There's relief coming for you, Libra. Five of Pentacles clarified by Queen of Wands. Looking into November, Queen of Cups, Strength, and the Hangman energy. And that leaves the Nine of Cups, Three of Pentacles, King of Wands here at the bottom of the deck. All right, let's get into this message. In the heart of your spread, we have the Five of Wands to the Six of Wands. This is your overall energy for the month of October. Your overall energy is, I'm dealing with conflict, disagreements, discord, possibly competition, something that you may deem to be unfair. There's internal conflict here, and for some of you, that's external conflict as well. However, regardless of whatever that Five of Wands is that you are personally experiencing, your hope here is to be able to be triumphant. You're still showing up with a smile on your face. You're making the best out of what appears to be here a difficult situation. The degree of that difficulty will be different for all of you, but regardless of how minor or major it is, you are trying to put your best foot forward. You're trying to show up in best form, and you're hoping that at some point in the near future, you will have victory over that Five of Wands. It's a very optimistic energy, despite what you are currently experiencing. In the top row is how you're entering the month of October. You're entering the month of October with the Nine of Wands to the Chariot. The Nine of Wands, again, I've gone through hell. I'm not giving up. I'm continuing to persevere. It's quite challenging. There are days that what I'm going through brings me to my knees, but I'll be damned if I'm out. So it's a feeling of I'm down, but I'm not out. I intend to move forward. I intend to move on. I intend to be victorious. I don't want to be stuck. I just heard I don't want to be here. So for some of you, you're in a situation, environment, or connection, or you're having an experience right now, and you're just like, I don't want to be here. I want to find a way out. I want to be victorious. I want to move forward. Again, it was that feeling of like, I feel stuck, but I don't want to feel this way forever. I don't want to be stuck. Two of Wands to the Five of Pentacles. Two of Wands at a crossroads. I don't know what to do. I'm feeling stuck. I'm feeling the urge of wanting to move forward or wanting to move on. I'm not quite sure how to do it. Some of you don't have the financial resources to move forward. Some of you could feel like you are not good enough. Some of you could feel like you have been abandoned by a particular individual or maybe even a group of people. The feeling here is I want to move on. I don't want to be here anymore. I don't want to be dealing with this anymore. I'm not quite sure how to do it. And I don't feel that I have the resources to do it. There is a drive to want to succeed. There is a drive to want to move forward. But there's some acknowledgement here that it may be difficult to do that in this very moment. Then you have the Six of Cups to the Empress. This is you. Whether you are masculine or feminine, this is Venusian energy, and Venus rules both Taurus and Libra. This is you saying, I need to overcome this. I want to overcome this. I was explaining to Virgo that if we think about the emperor or empress going back to when we actually had real emperors and empresses, they were mainly responsible for protecting their empire. They were entrusted with that by themselves, by their families, by the people that looked up to them, to protect their empire at all costs, to make moves and to do them in a calculated way, in a strategic way. The emperor empress back then, if we look at it historically, the most successful ones were the ones that never took their eye off the ball. They knew what they wanted and they were fully committed to executing a strategy in order to win, in order to be victorious. As the emperor or empress of your life, your empire is your life. It's your circle. It's everything within it. I feel like you want to fiercely protect it. You're just not quite sure how, or you're not sure you have all of the resources or knowledge in order to do that. But nonetheless, you know that this is a moment in time that is calling for you to stand up, to rise up, and to protect yourself, your empire, and your future. There's something here in respect to the past, and I feel like this is what you're trying to protect yourself from. Either a past person, a past situation, a past experience that either is still lingering in your life because you haven't been able to fully move on from it, or it could be a nostalgic memory that you're having a difficult time overcoming or reconciling. So take it how it resonates to you. Whatever this has been for you, you're either trying to move on from it, or at some point in time you did move on from it, but it's had some lingering effects and is still impacting you. So it's leaving you stuck, like the memory or the trauma or the pattern. I don't even want to say pattern. The memory or the trauma is leaving you stuck. So for some of you, you're actually still stuck, or at least the perception is you're stuck. And for others of you, you have moved on, but there's this nostalgic trauma that you're still holding on to. Flanking your Five of Wands to the Six of Wands is the Six of Pentacles to the Eight of Swords. I feel like there's a moment in time here in the month of October. It's like you're waiting for someone to rescue you. You're waiting for someone to free you. In the After Tarot deck, the Eight of Swords is an individual who's bound up and wound up and tied up, but they have another individual freeing them. And the Six of Pentacles could very well talk about charity. So some of you are acknowledging that you need to do this, yourself, or you would like to do this yourself. But for some reason here, you feel like you can't. And you feel like you need someone to help free you from this. Now, that could be a therapist. Like, I need someone to talk me through this. I need someone to go back and forth with, right? I need someone to help me work through this trauma. For others of you, you could be hoping that someone comes through and financially assists you, gives you the job that you need, or grants you that loan or that grant that you're desiring. There's something here of I'd like to move on, but I'm having difficulty, and it really would be a lot easier if I had someone that would be generous enough or kind enough to help me process this or help me untangle myself from the situation, environment, or connection that I feel like I'm barely surviving in. I don't think this is in every aspect of your life. I think it's one main thing. For some of you, it's career and finance. For others of you, it could be love and romance. It could be familial connections with that Six of Cups. It could certainly be platonic connections, like issues you're having with a friend or within the construct of a friend group. Like I said, for some of you, it's past trauma. Could be some situation here in your life where it's like, I really want to move forward, but I need some help in doing that. On the other side of the Five of Wands to the Six of Wands, you have the Three of Cups and the Eight of Pentacles. I almost feel like this is you saying to yourself, like in the past when other people needed me or other people needed assistance, whoever is encompassing that Three of Cups, friends, family members, colleagues, coworkers, neighbors, lovers, I showed up to the best of my ability. I worked on what it was to help this person or help these people. There's almost a feeling here of like, well, where are they now? I spent all this time on these people. I spent all this money on these people. I showed up. I people pleased to the point of exhaustion, even when it was to my detriment and nearly brought me to my knees. There I was showing up for others. And it's almost like, who the F is here to help me now? There's a realization here on the Libra collective that the situation, environment, connection, experience that you're in, or whatever it is here, there's a very heavy energy. I'm sorry if I'm a little slow to speak. I'm trying to absorb it. It's a very sad energy. It's a feeling of like, I've given so much of myself to others. And in this moment of need, where I really truly feel that I need someone to help me pull through this, I'm realizing I really don't have many people, or at least that I have people in my life, but not people that are actually showing up when I really need them to show up. You have the King of Swords and you have the Six of Pentacles. Somehow this experience, I almost want to say, is trying to forge you through fire. Because what you're realizing is, I really don't need anyone. I think you're having this breakthrough epiphany moment. The King of Swords holds the Ace of Swords. The Ace of Swords is clear thinking. It's someone who can effectively communicate with others, but it's also someone who can effectively communicate with themselves. I feel like this is very internal to you. This, why am I waiting around for someone to come along and help me? It's interesting because there's a moment in time where you're hoping, Six of Pentacles, someone comes along. But in the After Tarot deck, the Six of Pentacles, like in the original Rider-Waite-Smith Tarot deck, you have that merchant, and they're giving it to people, and two people are on their knees, and they're begging for help. I kind of feel like that's you. Now, I don't know if you're literally asking people to help you. It could be, you could be hoping and praying and trying to manifest that someone comes to your aid or comes to your rescue, or just maybe even helps you understand better what it is that you're going through or the trauma you experience. But in the After Tarot deck, you're walking away from being a beggar. So there almost comes this aha epiphany moment here of whether I put myself in this situation, or I shouldn't say that. Let me clarify that. I find myself in this situation either by choice or by force, but here I am. I really don't want to be begging other people to help me. I think that's your clarity moment. That's your little talk you're having with yourself. That's, I can do this. It might take me a little longer, but I'm going to make it through. I don't I don't really need people. I certainly don't need people that I've showed up for in the past, but now in my moment of need aren't showing up for me. You have the 10 of Wands and you have the 10 of Cups. I feel like this helps relieve some of the burden here for you. I'm not saying that you're completely out of the woods with whatever it is that you're going through, but there is this overall sense of I am responsible for my happiness. It is part of my empire. I need to protect it. I can't rely on others from my past or other soulmates, soul bond connections to help me with this situation. Again, whether I entered it by force or by choice, I put myself here and I need to get myself out of it. I'm creative, I'm imaginative, and I can find a way to do this in a very just and balanced way. I feel like what you're realizing is like, this is a moment in time where you need to be your own hero, as opposed to waiting for someone else to rescue you. Five of Pentacles to the Queen of Wands. What a difference. Because when you were in the Five of Pentacles to that Two of Wands, you're like, I don't know what to do. I don't have enough money. I don't feel good enough. I'm not worthy. I feel abandoned. Why won't someone help me? But now you're in the energy, you're ending the month in the energy of the Queen of Wands. I've got this. I can do this. Despite my lack of financial resources, despite being abandoned by others, despite feeling unwanted or unloved or being rejected, I've got this. I don't know what the hell I was thinking, speaking like you, waiting for people to come around and do right by me. And I need to do right by myself. I'm my own savior. I'm my own emperor or empress. I need to I need to handle this. It's a very emboldened energy. You go from this feeling of desperation, and I'm not knocking you for it. We've all been there. But you go from desperation, God, why won't someone just help me? And I think what you're realizing is you don't need anyone else but yourself. It's nice to have other people, but you're fairly, or I shouldn't say fairly, you're more than capable of doing this by yourself. And you are fairly certain of this by the time you end the month. We go into November and things start to change. You have the Eight of Pentacles, you have the Seven of Wands, and you have the Ace of Swords. The Ace of Swords that the King of Swords was holding here, when you had this clarity of, I'm not going to beg anyone to help me, you now start to get to work. That Seven of Wands, you're going from Nine of Wands to the Seven of Wands. The Nine of Wands is, I'm barely holding on, I'm struggling, but I'm trying. The Seven of Wands is like, damn it, I'm holding my ground. I'm not giving up. This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to get to work. Instead of pouring pentacle resources into those people who weren't there for me in my hour of need, I'm going to pour those same Eight of Pentacles resources into myself, into the goals that I want, into the life I want to create for myself. And you're very resolute in this energy, in this Hierophant energy. Hierophant to the Four of Pentacles to the Four of Cups. Does it sting a little bit that you have to do this alone? It does. Is it forging you through fire? It is. And for some reason, something shifts here in the Libra collective where you go from, I've done so much for everyone else and now I need help and there's no one here, to F it. All that energy and investment I used to put into others who didn't show up for me in my time of need, I've now learned I'm going to put it towards myself. Does it feel great that I'm doing this alone or without the people I thought would be by my side? Yeah, it's kind of crappy in that Four of Cups. But Hierophant to the Four of Pentacles is, I can do this on my own. I'm determined. I know I can do this. Sun card. I can have this victory. I can have this win. I can heal myself. I can heal my finances. I can move on. I can move forward. Eight of Pentacles, Eight of Wands. I can move forward. I can be victorious and I can be successful. I know that I can do this. It's like a shift in energy where you go from, I don't think I can do this, I need other people, to I can do this by myself. I know I can do this by myself. And you're right, you can. In the After Tarot deck, you have the Queen of Cups, the Strength card, and the Hangman. That's the enlightenment, aha, epiphany moment. I've got this. I'm strong enough. I could persevere. And I'm not doing it because I'm being, not looking at others to help me because I'm being needy. I'm going to take care of this on my own as an act of self-love. And that Queen of Cups. I don't need to depend on others. I don't need to wait for people to rescue me. I'm fully capable of doing it myself, and I'm going to use my intuition moving forward to lay out a strategy and execute that strategy in a way that is most beneficial to me. You're deciding here to be your own hero, to be your own savior. And I think what you've also learned is that people pleasing and everything that you did for others, I don't think you ever did it in the past thinking one day you'll need help and they'll be there for you. But in that moment where you did need someone, you did need help, I think you did expect at least one of the many people you have sacrificed for to be there for you. And you realize no one really is. You were giving to the wrong types of people. You were spending money on the wrong types of people. And now you're going to do this for you. So all of that energy and focus that you were giving to others, you're now putting this towards yourself, investing it in yourself. So in November, we see you being really happy and content. You are working, actively working on your happiness. King of Wands, Three of Pentacles, and the Nine of Cups. Really actively taking the inspired action to work on your happiness, to nurture yourself, to make your dreams come true. I'm not saying you don't have anyone by your side in November. I'm just saying you're not relying on anyone being by your side in November. You are very resolute that whatever this challenge is, you can handle it on your own. That Six of Cups, I think you're leaving those people behind in November. You're either leaving that trauma behind from the past, and I want to show you, so interesting. Again, sneak peek into November, right? But we have Six of Cups, King of Cups, Seven of Cups, and the Devil. And that's what I mean, that whatever toxic trait was here that you had within you, I think you're leaving it behind. If it was a toxic pattern, you're leaving it behind. If it was past trauma because of other toxic people in your life, I feel like you're moving on from it. You very well could be moving on from toxic individuals. It's a very freeing energy here. And what you realize is you can be your own superhero. You've been your own superhero all along. For some reason here, you were, I don't know, under the preconceived notion that because you gave so much to others, when you needed them, they would show up for you. And I think when no one showed up to you, you realized, holy shit, I've been investing in wrong types of people. I needed to be investing in myself this whole time. And we see come November, you are walking away from either that past pattern or you're healing through that past trauma. And some of you, yes, even disconnecting from those past people that you gave so much of yourself to. And in your moment of need, they weren't there for you. We see that King of Cups dropping or spilling the Ace of Cups, which was coming from these individuals in the past. It's like you're no longer entertaining them. You're no longer pouring into them. You're no longer investing them. You are solely investing in yourself. And I like this for you a lot. I don't know what it is that you have gone through or what you're experiencing. It seems very heavy in your energy. I just think what you're realizing is I need to do this for myself. I can't wait for anyone to rescue me. I can't wait for anyone to help me with this. All those people that I did so much for, I expected them to be there for me in my hour of need, and they weren't, and they aren't. And so moving forward, I'm just going to invest. I'm just going to invest in a wiser way towards individuals. I'm not going to just, blindly give myself to others. It was a hard lesson, I think, that you had to learn. Consciousness. Yeah. I think you're more conscious now, or you will become more conscious about who you give your pentacle resources to. Because I think the person or people you expected to be there for you now weren't there for you. God is your source. Everything you need is supplied by the infinite source of God. And of course, as we know, God or the universe is found within us. And I think that's what you're realizing. That's what you're realizing. One more here. I like this. I think you're being charitable towards yourself. It's a card of charity, and it talks about giving joyfully. And I think what you're learning is you need to give joyfully to yourself. I wish I could clarify that a little bit more, but it's a collective general reading. You know who the person or the people are that aren't showing up for you in this moment of need or in this difficult time that you're experiencing. So I'm not going to clarify it. The person or those people will be different for all of you, but there's at least one person here who's not showing up for you the way you expected them to. Magic manifesting. Your dreams, visions, and goals will become reality. Stay focused. Soul expansion. Your consciousness is expanding. Interesting, because we got that conscious card, right? And I said, yes, you're consciously realizing. So yeah, your consciousness is expanding. You understand the connection between all things. And then you have experiencing grace. Share your gifts with grace. Waves of inspiration and love are coming to you. I think they're coming to you from inside the house, from within you. I think what you're learning is you can't rely on external validation, and you certainly can't rely on other people to be there for you when you're going through a difficult time. And I'm not saying that people are inherently bad. I just think you gave and overgave to people that never appreciated it. And now that you needed them, they weren't there for you. And I think that's your lesson. I don't think that you're going to close yourself off moving forward. I just think you'll be more discerning about who gets access to your empire. 2 cards here for the top row. We have a new moon in your sign on October 21st. I would start manifesting some new stuff to come into your life. I also think that you can manifest some strength, courage, hope to help you with whatever this is that you are currently going through. 2 cards here for the bottom row. In the top row, you have marriage and you have message in the reverse. Could be a marriage for some of you. I just feel like it's connections, like these people that you looked at like soulmates, right? And that 6 of Cups, I think with that Devil card there, it's kind of revealing to you that they were a bit karmic in nature. And it's almost like when you reached out for help, like, I don't know, the text wasn't returned, the phone call wasn't returned, or the help or assistance that you thought would come to you or these people would give you, you haven't received it, right? Messages in the reverse. So either you have reached out and asked for help and you didn't receive it, or you haven't asked, but you expected these people that you gave so much to show up and they haven't. You're in despair and the gift card is in the reverse. Yeah. I have definitely tapped into a group of you where you feel challenged by something. There is a feeling of despair. There's a feeling here of like, I think I really need help from another source to get out of this. And by the end of the month, I think what you're realizing is you can't expect others to do this or to help you with this. They're not wired the way you are, Libra. You're a very different sign. You're an air sign. You're a cardinal air sign. You're represented in tarot by the Justice card. You're all about fair and balance. And I think in the past, you've had a tendency that in order to keep the peace, to keep everyone liking you, you overgave and overgave and overgave. And I think you will give in the future. I think you will be more discerning. And I don't think you will give to your detriment anymore. Whatever this experience has been, I think you've learned a hard lesson. I think you are evolving into that mature man, mature woman, like the emperor, empress of your life. And I think moving forward, you're not going to expect people to be there for you, especially those people. I want to clarify that. It's really bugging me. I really don't do this on this spread, but tell me more about the Three of Cups. This is the person or people that you just overgave, and in this moment, they're not there. They're not there. We have the Devil, Nine of Pentacles, Six of Swords, bottom of the deck, Nine of Swords. Yeah, in this moment of crisis, where you feel like I really need help with this. You know, I need help finding a job. I'm going through a divorce. I need someone to help me navigate this. I found out my person is cheating on me. I need someone to, help me understand all of this. And, it could be anything. I think you're going through something traumatic, and what that is different for all of you. And you expected at least one person to be there for you. But the Devil to the Nine of Pentacles to the Six of Swords, that one person you thought would be in your corner is selfish, is toxic, repeats patterns. And as much as you have given to this individual, they are not there for you. In fact, they are nowhere to be found in that Six of Swords. It's like when you need someone, you look around and that person's not there. They know how to distance themselves when you need something. But boy, do they know how to come around and be all chummy with you in that Three of Cups when they need something from you. Whether that is one person, multiple people, or just the type of person you've dealt with in the past. Moving forward, you are showing up differently. Can I get 3 cards in that Queen of Wands? This is your energy, whether you're masculine or feminine. The Emperor. I told you you're bossing up. Yep. One more shuffle. Thank you. The Emperor. 8 of Pentacles came out again. And the Five of Swords, bottom of the deck, the Star. I've got this. I've got this. Notice in the Five of Swords, only one person's holding swords. The other 2 people, what do? They walk away. You're like, no problem. I got this. I'm going to heal myself. Judgment call you're making. Yep. I'm going to move forward. 8 of Wands. I'm going to figure out a way how to do this. I'm going to be strong. Leo energy here on the end. I'm going to be strong. I'm going to figure out how I'm going to do this. I don't need that person. I don't need these people. I don't even need to argue with them. I'm going to find a way to get out of this. And I'm telling you, in the future, you're going to show up differently. Page of Pentacles. This was an incredibly difficult lesson that you had to learn. But again, you're being forged through fire. Will you give in the future? You will. Will you be a people-pleasing Libra to your detriment? No, I think those days are long gone. That is what I have for you, Libra, for the month of October 2025. If you like those messages, they resonated with you, maybe you just found them to be helpful, please be sure to click like, share, and subscribe. And until I read for you again, I wish you good luck with this. You've got this. You truly, truly, you've got this. Okay, have some faith in yourself. That's what I have for you. If you like those messages, they resonated with you, you want to claim all or part of them, please be sure to click like, share, and subscribe. And until I read for you again, I'm wishing you light, love, and peace.